Welcome to the Vijana Corps Annual Accountability Event 2022. Today, we gather to reflect on a year of incredible achievements, transformative initiatives, and the unwavering spirit of youth empowerment. It is my honor to present this report, which highlights the impactful work we have undertaken to empower and amplify voices of young change agents across Uganda and beyond. Together, we have reimagined what is possible when we invest in the power of youth. In 2022, we embarked on a strategic journey to reach the unseen and unheard through our signature programming in media, technology, and social innovations. We firmly believe that an open civic space is not just a concept, but a catalyst for change, where young people can shape their communities, advocate for their rights, and contribute to a more inclusive and just society. Through our creative organizing pillar, we have unleashed the artistic prowess of young minds, igniting vibrant conversations and inspiring waves of change. Our commitment to economic empowerment has bridged the gap between education and employment, equipping bright talents with the skills and opportunities they need to soar to the new heights of their careers. And our focus on participatory leadership is nurturing a movement of fearless trailblazers, actively engaging in holding duty bearers accountable while keeping a focus on equitable and responsible service delivery to the last mile. The stories we share today are not just stories of success. These are also stories of resilience, determination, and the unwavering spirit of our youth. These stories remind us that the power to shape our collective future lies within each and every one of us.
An open civic space means having the freedom to express my ideas and be part of the decision making.
Unrestricted youth engagement means having the power to shape the future of our community.
We are the leaders of today,
shaping the realities of tomorrow.
It's about breaking down barriers
and creating opportunities for everyone to have a voice.
The change we want to see in the world.
An open civic space means demolishing the walls of inequality
and ensuring equal representation for all.
So as we delve into the details of our annual report, I invite you to join us on this extraordinary journey. Together, we've sparked conversations, amplified voices, and built bridges of understanding. We have empowered the last mile youth to unleash potential, overcome barriers, and drive change that reverberates within their communities. I hope that this report serves as a testament to the power of youth, the dedication of our team, and the unwavering support of our partners. Let us now embark on the visual exploration of Vijana Corps Annual Report 2022. And to bring it to us, here is our program manager, Annette Namugosa.
An open civic space means demolishing the walls of inequality,
unlocking our potential,
amplifying our voices,
challenging the status quo,
and creating a more inclusive and just society,
tearing down barriers of discrimination,
and building bridges of understanding,
challenging narratives of marginalization,
rewriting our own stories,
collaboration, collective action.
Welcome to our 2022 report. We are glad that you could join us as we are excited to tell you our story of the year. Vijana Corps, as you know, deploys media, technology, and social innovations to creatively empower the last mile youth to be seen and heard. Through our innovative approaches, we ignite a spark in marginalized communities, connecting youth in off-grid locations to tools, platforms, and safe spaces that elevate their voices and participation in processes of social justice and equitable development. As you have heard from Dennis, we do this through creative organizing, economic empowerment, and participatory leadership. We harness media, technology, and social innovations to amplify the voices of young social justice leaders, shaping narratives and expanding civic spaces. With our spoke and hub approach, Vijana Corps creates safe spaces and extends digital platforms to enable last-mile youth to actively participate in shaping their communities. Let's take you into our incredible journey with the youth of Uganda in 2022. Here is Anita Lempachu with our story of creative organizing.
Welcome to the Pakwash Youth Hub. I am here to tell you what we have done with youth across Uganda under our creative organizing pillar in the year 2022. Vijana Corps has trained young social justice leaders in community movement building, a move that ensures that young people's voices are heard. These youth are becoming community organizers, helping us mobilize and facilitate trainings via our regional and mobile hubs. This is enabling us to expand our network of young change agents, advancing a development agenda towards access to equal opportunities and active civic participation for the last mile youth. In the year 2022, we made it possible for up to 500 youth to acquire multimedia training, tools, exposure to storytelling for advocacy and social change campaigns. The young people began to appreciate their own contributions in actively engaging in democratic processes, digital and physical organizing, and mobilizing for social change. These trainings and engagements have sparked conversations on power, democracy, and good governance, thought-provoking multimedia workshops, and the creation of media pieces such as captivating short films, through which the youth shine a spotlight on the contemporary issues in their communities. Issues of governance, accountability, and social justice. For more of this, let us cross over to Mbale, where Yusuf is on standby to tell us more.
Thank you, Anita. Hello, viewers, and welcome to Mbale Youth Hub. As some of you may recall, in 2022, Vijana Corps launched its third hub in Mbale, here in Masabaland, adding one more web to our spoke and hub approach, which will see us run 5 youth hubs across Uganda by the year 2026. We are happy about this because this has extended and enabled us to extend more opportunities to more youth who are traditionally excluded from access to timely, relevant, and accurate information to benefit from our tools, platforms, and safe spaces. As Anita mentioned, the young people of Pakwash and Mbale adopted media as a tool to enable them to be seen and heard. In 2022, a part of the 500 youth who benefited from our creative organizing capacity building went ahead and deployed their multimedia skills in highlighting topical governance issues from their communities, including accountable public service delivery, governance, productive health, gender equity, and parity in planning and delivery of social services. They told stories of their communities through 4 short films.
Inong budugo la tenongo. Inong itegin. Ala wora mo ko jadi duja. O foi ruot wa ne mi nyomi. E kele mo tele pacho. Ina nyine di nyara.
Okay nyara. Kai diang pilo pa anko no. Wa binwang yuri mo kende mi mo mo windu wa.
Anam gerci anko la kweto.
Enda ojatene bor manange yongo nyapirango ma office pa jirutela mama malo giromo kaninenu tish mingu die wote wangu pio
awa de kodi we kano wangadi wangareyo kago kuno abiyo kikwere babiye ala tengo macha doka tinga mingu di kakia larengo wunde de no ni ala tengo macha itera mangoma fam barjeka kwa iwie so babiye ya kwere mara larengo
I'm here journeying in the serve my own decision.
I took the risk and allowed Prince Charming to touch my wrist. And boy, does he know how to dance.
What kind of sleeping is this? Your bears are up and running by now. What kind of laziness is this?
Nancy, please. Nancy, listen to me.
What?
Listen.
I've been talking to myself for the past 20 minutes.
Nancy.
Today my life is ruined. I feel such a heavy emptiness.
Is this you, Nancy? What happened?
By equipping youth with digital skills and alternative means of engagement, Vijana Corps promotes grassroots organizing and alternative participation methods, ensuring that the last mile youth is seen and heard as a key stakeholder in governance, accountability, and social justice processes. Here are some of the voices of young people from Pakwach and Mbale who worked with us throughout the year 2022.
My name is Atemango Venus, Pakwach District.
My name is Regan Wanyama. I am the team leader at Elite Youth of Uganda.
My name is Haiza Joyce.
I'm Ofoilwood Brian.
My name is Aida Kimono.
I'm Simon Peter. I'm a resident of Pakwach Town Council.
Kasaja David Baker.
I'm Teddy Kevin Avzala. I work with the Mbale network of young people living with HIV.
My name is Suna Aridelik. I stay in Munkaga, Mbale Industrial Division.
My name is Kairanya Edith, a change champion, a leader. I'm from Mbale City. I work with Uganda Youth and Adolescents Health Forum. I lead a group of young people in my community.
I had a training last year with Vijana. They trained us on mindset change.
They taught us many things, which included the budget planning, human rights. I got to know about many things which I didn't know.
They taught us about social media.
The Vijana Corps trained our team through the good use of social media, that is to say Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp.
Giponjwa kitema aramulo kukode paro para man kitema aramulo kukode paro mi community.
I acquired some knowledge on leadership skills.
I participated in cinematography and editing.
I got interested in editing or productions.
I loved being the one to do the cinematography thing.
I can now sit home, do something, film it, edit, and post. So we get clients. That's how we are now operating a business of food delivering.
Just like you can see, there is a road where we pass from, but this road, whenever it rains, it gets flooded. I mobilized some youth. We went to the chairman LC3 of Pakwach Town Council. He wrote a letter to the ministry, and that was the Ministry of Works. They replied and said that they are going to start working on this road by themselves. Okay, what triggered me was actually the training and the knowledge that I got from the training that I had with Vijana Corps. I got to learn that advocacy is the work of everyone. It doesn't matter whether you're old or young. As long as you know your right, you can advocate.
Before the training, I used to fear approaching some of the people, like prominent leaders in our community. Through the leadership camp, I got the confidence to approach the leaders in my community in case we have the issues lagging behind.
I started extending the knowledge to my fellow youths within my community. Before, they were not practicing like farming. You see, a lady will sit at home and expect everything to be given. But right now, they can make their own money out of this petty business. We have a Young Mothers Forum. We have helped them also learn how to do some of those skills, like take photos, take some short videos using their phones or the camera that we have at our office. They think of starting up their own studio to maybe be able to take those videos at functions, yeah.
The cinematography and the editing part, the skills that I got at Vijana, I used them in capturing some of the short videos that we are always premiering at Monipa TV on YouTube. And in Monipa, I also trained some more other young people.
I knew different types of grants the government gives to the youth. And with that, we had to storm our sub-county chief, and we were given some of the grants. One, we got some part money of the Myoga. The youths have been able to begin small-scale activities or businesses. It is through this training that I was able to know that these grants exist.
I don't call myself senior, but I'm still growing. But I feel one day, one time, I will climb up.
I have to talk about the mobile hub. That is a very, very innovative thing we have really seen, and it has really encouraged us. And we believe that with that in Mbale district, it will be very easy for us to access young people in the community.
We worked with youth groups and alliances in various fields and crafts, such as technology, or what we call tech innovators, arts, music, dance, poetry and spoken word, writing, football, etc., to enhance engagement in their various fields and trade. Working with youth from diverse backgrounds enables them to see community organizing and issue-based activism and movement building through their various crafts, skills, and passions, and enables us to shift power down to the grassroots youth, who ought to become the organizers of all community-level engagements facilitated by Vijana Corps. One of these youth groups is Connect to Grow, a youth-led group linking creatives in various fields, organizing shows and avenues for them to market their talents and leverage them as a source of livelihood.
My name is Harmony Makumba. I am a creative artist. I do choreography, blogging, writing, and poetry. I also do acting. So Vijana Corps, in the leadership sector that we studied, it taught us more of understanding the people you're leading. So the skills have enabled me to keep my group intact, because I run certain group back home, to keep them intact and to keep them in check, and always to have a movement. But how I wish that Vijana just does not only end as teaching us. Someone to take a movement out there, they need to be taught, equipped, and empowered, then sent to work. We can do better with Vijana, I believe, if only I think we leave our comfortable zone.
These groups are part of our collective grassroots network of 10,000 young social justice leaders. But it doesn't stop there. Let's go to Jacqueline, who is standing by in Mukono, to tell you more about how we extended opportunities for economic empowerment to young people in 2022.
Thank you, Yusuf. Hello and welcome to Vijana Corps Mukono Youth Hub. Vijana Corps believes in empowering young people so that they become financially independent, to contribute meaningfully and without interruption to their communities. We also believe that achieving socio-economic justice and equitable development can and should be facilitated by processes which, among others, create opportunities for skills and stable resources for young people. Through our experience and Skill Gap Bridger project, the Young Professionals Program, we provide training, mentorship, and experiential job placement to give the young people an edge on landing gainful and decent employment, as well as fulfilling careers. We also offer leadership development training to fill up the gaps requisite for today's competitive workforce market. The Young Professionals Program is growing and taking in more young people each year. And over the years, we have seen the difference that it's making in these young people's lives. Our most notable success of the 2022 Young Professionals Program is Mr. Defender Tekako, who graciously agreed to share with us his journey through this program. Here is Defender's story.
When Vijana got me, I was kind of a person who would say there's nothing I can now do, because when I got out of senior 6, I was like, there's no money, there's nothing I can do, all from home.
So that is it, and guys, just like you have started, you have set the pace, we are somewhere at this level, let it rise.
Hi, my name is Vijana Corps. In 2022, I became a young professional at Vijana Corps. But prior to joining the program, I had completed my A-levels in 2018, but due to financial constraints, I couldn't continue my studies. My life lacked directions, and I was simply navigating the challenges of survival. The Young Professionals program transformed my journey and allowed me to cultivate an array of essential skills. I honed skills in leadership, interpersonal relationships, professional presentation, communication, digital and technological literacy, that was networking, and financial management. I also had that aspect of public relationship management and project planning and management, among many other skills that I've learned. I also got to read more books than I've ever read in my life. I attended workshops, online classes, boot camps, and also engaged in various activities at Vijana Corps. So at the end of that program, I was so grateful to be offered a position in Vijana Corps as a program assistant. So I'm so grateful to be working with and for fellow young people. And this opportunity is making it possible for me to continue working towards my personal goals across various facets of my life, and including providing for my family. I have evolved into a source of inspiration, a role model, and also a mentor to young people. I am a grateful young professional.
And when it comes to our third pillar, participatory leadership, Vijana Corps is leading the way through our creative engagements with young people. Here is Florence Atto to give us an overview.
Thank you, Annette. We are empowering youth to participate in governance and accountability at all levels, ensuring their voices are valid and valued. In 2022, we undertook to deepen engagements with young people, especially young women, including those in fragile contexts and emergencies, with the aim of enhancing democratic participation, achieving climate justice, and to facilitate a movement of social change agents across East African region. Young people were trained in advocacy for gender-responsive public service delivery, and this became service delivery monitors in their communities, maintaining accountability scorecards for engagements with duty bearers, holding information sharing sessions between the young people and their leaders on several topics that affect public service delivery within their districts, such as planning at district-level information flow and pathways for district budgets and plans, monitoring and budgets involving in district meetings.
We are sent to go to the community to conduct the community scorecard. Then we went back to various villages.
Yeah, we went to those remote areas, and some of them felt as if they are being forgotten.
We found out that the teacher and pupil ratio were not balanced to the standard of the Ministry of Education.
We have tried a lot to reduce the teacher-pupil ratio. We recently have recruited some teachers and have posted them to schools, and we are looking forward to recruiting more.
The issue of testing water equality, for someone to use a clean water, at least some health people need to come and test, and that I've seen the health officials have at least tried to reach out to the points where the water are.
And the district duty bearers have taken it upon themselves that these health centers too that had issues with the stock out. But right now, as I talked, ever since we visited some of the health centers, there's also stock in. Most of them, the communities at least are appreciating the fact that the medicines are being given to them.
A scorecard is very important, very, very important that everyone should engage in to know, because it helps people to know exactly what is happening in the community. Because when you talk to people, you hear their problems. And another thing that it makes the leaders also to understand that we are not their rivals. Because sometimes when you come to a leader and you tell a leader that this is wrong, they think maybe you want to come and face him, and then they start looking at you as a threat.
The youth definitely
I would say their advocation is very welcomed because they're the physical custodian of the society.
They have tried to at least become active. And most of these youth are now rising up, and that's why you're seeing they're taking up leadership positions.
These have led to an increase in collaboration between young people and their leaders, as well as an increase in participation in public affairs. We worked with formal and informal youth spaces and actors to generate a collective agenda that can be represented in decision-making spaces at both local and national level. We conducted a series of activities that were designed to capture, document the voices of young people and present these voices in decision-making spaces at local government and national level. We undertook to document youth voices and produced a consultative report on youth recommendations towards the review of the National Youth Policy and development of the National Youth Successor Action Plan. The documentation followed countrywide consultations with over 325 young people across Uganda. The report was published and presented to the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development to be used as evidence for the advocacy initiatives between young people and the Ministry in the process of the evaluation of the National Youth Policy and development of the Successor Action Plan. We obtained commitment for consideration of the voices presented in the process.
In 2022 December, I participated in youth exposure visit facilitated by Vijana Corps. We had chance to meet the National Youth Chairperson and Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development at their offices in Tinda. We handed in the Youth Voices Report 2022, and the National Youth Chairperson appreciated those who participated in filing the reports. So it recommended that youth should fight very hard to see that their voice should be heard and seen.
As a result of facilitating issue-based movement building across East Africa, a unification of grassroots youth groups across East Africa has started to take shape. Vijana Corps is empowering them with strategic and infrastructural support to do more, do bigger, and collectively be seen and heard across the East African region.
Vijana Corps recognizes that every youth, regardless of their background, creed, or ethos, deserves an equal opportunity to be seen and heard in decision-making processes, because ultimately, youth bear the brunt of governance decisions as much as, if not more, than any other population demographic in this region, and we might argue, across the entire continent. But like any other, this work is not without challenges and opportunities to do better.
Throughout our journey, we have learned invaluable lessons. One of such is how our youth hubs have drawn larger numbers of participants, youths who would otherwise have been excluded, leading to an increase of youth participation in those locations.
There has been an increase in the involvement of young women and girls in our Vijana Corps activities via our mobile hub. With our mobile hub situated at the center of the communities, the limitations that young women and girls have due to the social settings and norms that exist are taken out of the picture, because right now they are able to freely engage, they're able to participate, and we are located really close to their homes, so there's really nothing holding them back. And for us, that's a big win in terms of increased participation of young girls and women in our activities. And other people are also seeing this. Civil society organizations, there's promise in collaboration in terms of using the mobile hub as a tool to increase engagement across the region, to empower youth and involve them a lot more. It is very important to note that in order to facilitate the involvement and engagement of young women and girls in governance and development processes, there needs to be approaches that are gender sensitive in nature. And this can cause a huge transformation in terms of legitimizing the voices of young women and girls, telling them that they matter and they need to be seen and heard in their fight for social justice.
What is making it hard for people to get outside?
At Vijana Corps, we understand the importance
of providing equal access to opportunities and resources, especially for marginalized youth in rural areas.
Now, in the spirit of leaving no one behind, we need to understand the inequalities and oppression that youth face as a result of their location, their gender, their economic access, and how all these are interconnected and continue to exclude them from the opportunities that they would ordinarily access. And in addressing that, we will find that intersectionality needs to be paramount in our intervention.
Vijana Corps is leading the way towards a future where every youth is seen, heard, empowered, and engaged to shape their own destiny.
Now, one thing is for sure, it is very good that young people are knowledgeable and acquire a lot of information that makes them civically aware of their rights and responsibilities. But it's not enough. It's not enough because they also need the opportunity to actually practice what they have learned. And that's where we all come in. We point young people to the resources that are around them so that we give them the opportunity to practice. And now they have the chance to create meaningful change in their communities, change that they can actually see and change that they have contributed to.
There should be a commitment to working with youth based on shared principles in respect of youth's capacities as change agents and the willingness to recognize them as partners. The imposition of predefined methodologies usually denies the young people the ability to develop approaches that are best suited to their concerns and unique situations. That while political empowerment is key for meaningful engagement in governance processes, it is bound to be curtailed if attention is not given to social, economic, and legal empowerment. We are committed to a holistic approach to youth empowerment. The successful implementation of any intervention is hinged on collaboration with key stakeholders in the communities. For instance, the government and the civil society organizations. There is a need to put the community at the heart of the problem and at the center of developing the solution to their own problem, which is why we work with youth to co-design them, because the young people can only appreciate and value any intervention that they have successfully and significantly contributed to.
The stories we've shared today are a testament to the power of youth, the resilience of communities, and the transformative impact of our collective efforts. Together, we continue to open doors of opportunity, shatter barriers of inequality, and ignite flames of change that continue to burn brightly. Let this be a reminder that our work is far from over. The challenges we face may be great, but so is our determination to create a better space for youth engagement. I extend my deepest gratitude to our dedicated team, our partners, and most importantly, the incredible young people who inspire us every day. It is your passion, your resilience, and your unwavering commitment that continues to give us a reason to show up every day and work with you to fuel the engines of change. Together, let's continue to amplify the voices of the unseen and unheard. Let us challenge the status quo, rewrite their stories, and forge a path towards a future where every young person can thrive, contribute to a more just and equitable world. Thank you all for being a part of this extraordinary journey.
Be seen and heard.